is that we survival companies need digital class. The previous test notes Veritas Lloyd's Register have a lot of conflicts because they are not friendly to small and medium companies like us, and so now seems that Bureau Veritas has provided us a very good deal that now I have to study as soon as I finish this video, because it's very convenient for us at last have the 4 companies certified. We believe it's very strategic that owners can diversify the ships. If, for example, today Spanish flag is so competitive, we are getting a lot of quotes of talks, general cargoes. Why? Because of a budget for 150,000 euros per year under flag of convenience. Then if you go to a Spanish flag, you can go to 400,000. But it has huge advantages, which I mentioned in other videos in the Candina News channel. There are 6 videos, I believe, about the Spanish flag I made before. So it is hugely competitive. For example, having LNG, let's say local companies pay 6,700 euros for a captain on off, 71 days on off, which is say roughly 13,000 euros wage on board. If you extrapolate this to flag of convenience, for example, it would be around 20,000 euros. Captain LNG with let's say 3 years in rank, 4 years as chief officer, years as LNG, let's say 10 minimum. So really this huge difference from 20,000 to 14,000 does make a very big difference if you have a fleet of 20 ships. In the past, from 1965 to 1985, we did the crewing for Gotthard's Larsen fleet of tankers and LNG, sorry, plus many other companies, because our company, I am the 4th generation. So we did manage the LNGs from 65 to 85. Later in 2002 we started working for Knutsen LNGs also from 2002 to 2007. We did have a big problem there because we were promised 7 years contracts for the crew, and then we got only at the end 2 years contracts, even after we passed 100 LNG in rank officers from Gotthard's to Knutsen. So we can do it a 3rd time. This time would be very easy because we have done it 65 to 85, 2002 to 2007. And now, for example, we started with this company, the first LNG ships, until they got 5, and then they did it themselves in Madrid. So this is one of the examples of the worst things you have to do if you are a ship owner, being employer yourself, because then you are in the hands of the market, if you understand me, and I can give you a very clear explanations if you call me, because then you must diversify this employer situation, cost negotiations of the wages and so on. In the long term, you are going to lose. That's one of the errors of the Spanish flag, that if you do subcontract the employer to a specialist company, because our database, because the pool, because we are specialized into this, also we can negotiate much better, because we can provide more stability than ship owners alone. And this stability, indeed, in the negotiation arena, it is quite interesting to cope with the long term. If we had continued with this company now in the market, instead of paying 6,700 for a captain times 2, which is 13,400 euros, compared to LNG in a flag of convenience 20, let's say, approx that's the market of a big LNG. So then new building, big new building LNG. So then what is the advantage if we had continued with that company? Now they have about 15 LNGs. Well, I believe that probably we could have been inflation rate since 2007 plus say 1%. So which roughly would mean that now instead of paying 6,900, they would be paying 6,000 euros. So which is the interest of the ship owner? The interest of the ship owner is to have a specialist, direct owner, CEO image expressed here in the long term, because I am the owner of this long-term company alone. So then you can have the security that your interests are transparently and directly respected by my company. All the others involved, like your own personnel at shore, like your own seafarers, will fight against your interest, ship owner. This is how it has been, and that's what makes a survival company of 125 years like my company and many other companies in the world that are no longer existing. So it is hugely important that you have 4 employers, 2 in flag of convenience, 2 in a Spanish flag. You can move things around. Tomorrow you might have a new opportunity, and then you have a chance to play with this employer, that employer, the other employer, grow here, grow there. If it grows there very fast and you can push it forward, then this is how it really should work. I see that there is a huge book of new buildings, and this is one of the facts that currently the ship owners have not been looking at. Having a 2% fee for fleets of 15 ships, transparent company that not provides dividend and reinvests all the money, and it's always specialized into crane, that we don't have conflicts of interest, none at all. The only conflict of interest is to defend the intrinsic compound value of the ship owner. We also have zero debt strategy. Why? Because we believe that if a ship owner is going to provide us 98% of cost of a ship and only 2% fee, of course, they want to have zero risk. And this zero risk it's only been possible if my company has zero debt, and also if this bank account is separated from the others, so at any time can be audited and verified by the auditors or the accountants anytime, or even a copy of the bank account and the transfer. And we have much better deals because we move much more seafarers in the bank transfers, in the insurance, in the flights. In all of those, we don't get any percentage, and this is one of the guarantees you have from me. When you sign a contract and when you pay a fee, this is net and transparent. A lot of competitors through history do get monies here and there. For example, in the insurance side, it's very obvious that a lot of companies tell you, oh, well, I give you this contract, but then tomorrow you have to use this insurance for the seafarers, which is $200 per month per seafarer, which my brother-in-law is going to be issuing you the invoice, and you understand me? Well, no, not this kind of monkey business. We don't do this in Candina. You can be sure. And if you are a shareholder of a company and you go into the board, you now know that we do not work like that, and that there are plenty other competitors. For example, in Honduras, labor unions have the agreement by the government to get the recruitment and placement licenses. This is a conflict of interest. These are not independent companies. they are labor unions. Therefore, they get the money from the seafarer. If they get the money from the seafarer, then it is really not what Maritime Labour Convention specifies. Also, we have competition, unfair competition from the Panama government in the future. They are going to issue recruitment and placement agencies to make competition with us. But these public competitors are not the real thing. And as we have mentioned, we have made strategic agreements with many Filipino agencies so that we share our database and we can see the same database in the computers to select the best actors, to select the best chief engineers, the best chief officers, the best ratings. And this is one of the problems we have had in the past with a lot of companies in the Filipino areas. So I hope that you really have liked this video. We are going to, yes, indeed, reinvest in competitor buyouts. We have now asked many other competitors if with this coronavirus they are ready to pass the business they have remaining, if they are in the cruise ships, if they are in the passenger area, because we are ready to take over whatever business others they have and incorporate it into Candina Group. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.